Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. David here. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying the new year. So new year, and we have new subscribers too, so thank you very much for helping me reach 250 subscribers. I was really surprised to get there that quickly, so I hope we keep this pace up to 300, so please tell your friends to subscribe. So thank you very much for your support. Now, one of the videos I did last year that seemed to be kind of popular was the introduction to all the 47 prefectures in Japan. I tried to do it as quickly as I could, but it turned into quite a long 25-minute video. But this time I want to focus more on Kansai area, which is where Osaka is located. So I wanted to kind of say a little bit about each of the seven prefectures in Kansai, and say good places to go and show you some of my pictures. So I hope that's interesting. I'm going to get ready and set up. While you're waiting, then please like this video, add a comment if there's somewhere that sounds interesting to you. Maybe I can do a walking video there one day. Okay, I'm going to set up. Okay, see you soon. Sure. Okay, I'm in PowerPoint mode now. See if I can watch two screens at once. So let's start with a bit of information about the Kansai region. As you can see from the map, Kansai region is kind of in the middle of Japan. We're in the middle of Honshu, which is the big main island of Japan. I was surprised to know this actually. It's about the same size and the same population as Taiwan. So there we go. That's some information to keep in your pocket. Like I said before, we have 7 prefectures here: Osaka, Hyogo, Kyoto, Mie, Shiga, Nara and Wakayama. I'm going to go through each of these one by one. As you can see, Osaka is the biggest of all the prefectures, so that's well, biggest in population anyway. I think it's one of the smallest in actual size, physical size. So yeah, very densely packed. And Osaka is the biggest city too. We have some big cities in Kansai. The big 3, I guess, are Osaka, Kobe and Kyoto. There is also Sakai City, which is kind of stuck on the bottom of Osaka, and Himeji, which is over in the kind of west of Kansai in Hyogo prefecture. Okay, this is a test for me today. So let's take a look at each prefecture. Okay, so let's start with the Mie prefecture. Now this is one of the smaller ones, population wise. There's one big city, Yokkaichi, which is almost next to Aichi prefecture, which is a bit further along. That's where Nagoya is. I don't know much about Yokkaichi. I think it's kind of a manufacturing city. The capital is Tsu city, which I've never been to, and Suzuka as well. The only thing I know about Suzuka is the F1 circuit. They've got like a Grand Prix thing we can do there. So let's look at some pictures. Now these are all pictures I've taken, so I have been to Mie a few times. So the first one on the left is Ise Shrine, which is one of the most famous or most important shrines in Kansai area. It's very big as well. It covers a wide area. There's a kind of outer shrine and an inner shrine. I think this one is the picture of the inner shrine, so it's a nice day trip if you want to go to Mie. So yeah, definitely recommend Ise. There is also the Akame 48 waterfalls. This is just one of them. I can't take a picture of all 48. It's a really nice kind of hiking track, I suppose you could say. Yeah, up the mountain. Really beautiful. If you like Princess Mononoke, the movie, then you can imagine that feeling there, I think. And the last picture there is Iga Castle. Iga is famous for ninjas. This is kind of like the main city for ninjas in Japan, I think. They also have a kind of interesting festival of, I think in the summer or September, where some people dress up in kind of monster masks and scare kids. So it's an interesting place to go. And as I said, also Suzuka circuit is there too. So F1 fans, you can go and see the Grand Prix spot. Okay, let's move on to Shiga prefecture. This is in the kind of northeast of Kansai. The capital is Otsu city, which is also the biggest. There's also Kusatsu city, which is famous for being kind of like a crossroads of 2 big old trade routes, the Tokaido and the Nakasendo, I think. These were very important about 200-300 years ago, so a lot of history there. and Nagahama City too, which is a nice port on the banks of Lake Biwa. Now, Lake Biwa is the biggest lake in Japan, so that's kind of probably the most famous feature of Shiga Prefecture. So let's take a look there. So there's Lake Biwa. There's a lot of kind of nice viewing spots. This is from a place called Biwa Terrace. I think that's what it was called. So you can take a kind of cable car up and just enjoy it, enjoy the view. It was a kind of rainy day when I went there though. In the middle of this Nagahama City, there's a lot of kind of cute little things you can do there. There's a castle. What else is there? There's a train museum, and there's even a kind of plastic figure museum too, which is kind of interesting. Do you know, like the gacha machines? You can put some money and get a little toy. You can see that in Nagahama City. And Hikone Castle, also famous too. They have a cute little mascot called Hikonyan. It's kind of like a cat samurai. So Hikone Castle is one of the few original castles left in Japan. I think there's only about 12 left. A lot of them burned down because they're mostly made of wood, and there's a lot of wars and things in the past. So yeah, definitely check out Hikone Castle too. I also mentioned Omi Hachiman. So if you like kind of canals, there's a like old-fashioned canal town. So Omi Hachiman is yeah, where you can go to see that. Now a big one now, Kyoto Fu. Most of the prefectures have a ken, so like Hyogo ken or Shiga ken. Kyoto Fu is a kind of special prefecture. It's like a metropolitan prefecture. So they have Fu instead of ken. Of course, the biggest city is Kyoto. That's more than 1 million people live there. Uji City too, and Kameoka, which I don't know much about. Yeah, so this is one of the old capitals of Japan, especially Kyoto City. That was the capital for about 1,000 years. So of course there's so many cultural places you can go there. I had to really decide which ones to show. So first we've got Kiyomizu Temple, which is beautiful for autumn leaves. You can see my video about a month ago. You can see Kiyomizu Temple. Amano Hashidate, which is one of the top 3 views of Japan. You can see this kind of sandbar across the bay. It's really beautiful. We've got the golden Kinkakuji Temple too. See the golden pavilion there. That's really beautiful in every season. And also outside Kyoto City, in Uji City, there is Byodo-in, which is this kind of like reflecting pool pavilion. This is famous. If you see the 10 yen coin, there's a picture of Byodo-in on there. And there's also some kind of phoenix statue too around there, which is, I think it's on the 10,000 yen note, I think. So yeah, obviously important for the money. And if anyone's read the Tale of Genji, that's Uji is a kind of famous place in that story too. So many places I can talk about in Kyoto. So Kamo River, that's a beautiful place to walk around. Lots of nice restaurants. Nanzenji, also good for autumn leaves. You can see my video a few weeks ago too. Arashiyama too, I made another video there too, which is a nice old town with a nice bridge and a bamboo forest, so it's a popular place too. Fushimi Inari shrine, I think it's a shrine. If you've ever seen on Instagram all of the kind of red torii gates making like a tunnel, that's probably Fushimi Inari shrine. So yeah, definitely go there. That's a very popular place for tourists. So definitely go to Kyoto Prefecture. Okay, we have to move on to Osaka Prefecture, of course. The biggest population, the biggest city. I noticed about Sakai City and also Higashi Osaka. Osaka Prefecture is not that big, so yeah, most of the main cities are all kind of joined together. So yeah, just come to Osaka City. Okay. What can we see in Osaka City? Well, it's famous for Dotonbori, which is the kind of central downtown area near Namba. Lots of neon lights, neon signs, lots of food you can try. Street food is good. And there's a big canal down the middle too, so you can enjoy that. Our next big tower there, lots of towers in Osaka, is the Tower of the Sun in Expo Park. This is kind of commemorating the World Expo that was held in 1970. You can sometimes see the illumination there. I think this was one of the 3D projection mapping events they had at Christmas. But you can also go inside it too. It's a really nice park in many seasons, so go visit there. It's kind of in the north of Osaka Prefecture. Of course, there's Osaka Castle, which is close to where I live. That's really beautiful. I love walking around that park now and just seeing different views of the castle, so I recommend it. And also the last picture there is Shinsekai, which is the kind of old-fashioned area, kind of a bit of a retro vibe where you can eat kushikatsu. This is the famous like fried things on sticks that you can try in Osaka. It has a bit of a reputation for being a bit not dangerous, but a bit sketchy. But these days, like that, if you stick to the tourist area, it's going to be okay, I think. So be careful. There's also a big shrine called Sumiyoshi Shrine, which is one of the famous ones in Japan too. And Mino Waterfalls, that's also a good autumn leaves spot. And you can try momiji tempura, which is kind of tempura fried maple leaves. I like to say it's better than it sounds, but it's all right. Okay, but I'm definitely going to talk more about Osaka on this channel, so please subscribe if you want to know more. Okay. Let's move along to Hyogo Prefecture. This is the most westerly area of Kansai. Biggest city is Kobe, which is almost the same size as Kyoto, about 1.5 million. Himeji is also a big city, and Nishinomiya city, which is not far behind. Yeah, I used to work there at some point too, so it's kind of a nice place to visit. Probably the most famous place I would recommend is Himeji Castle, which is a kind of national treasure. I think it's a World Heritage Site too, and they've recently renovated it too. It's kind of unusual to have a white castle, like this kind of white roof too. That's kind of famous point in Japan, so definitely go to Himeji. It's a beautiful place to visit too. If you're very lucky and you're willing to travel a bit, you can see Takeda Castle. You can see this kind of emerging from the clouds. If anyone's seen the Ghibli movie La Puta, then yeah, it's supposed to remind us of this like floating island, floating castle. The castle's all ruined now, but you can still see the ruins. And if you're very lucky on the right day with the right weather, then you can see this kind of cloud ocean. And finally, we have to talk about Kobe too. You can see Harborlands there, which is kind of a nice leisure spot. But there's also Chinatown, which is also like a popular tourist spot in Kobe. You can eat all the Chinese food. Hyogo Prefecture is pretty big too. It has a lot of sites like has Awaji Island, which is a very big island connecting Honshu with Shikoku Island. So there's a big island in the way. You can cross the big Akashi suspension bridge. That's pretty beautiful too. And also, if you're into theatre, there is Takarazuka City, which is famous for Takarazuka Theatre. The interesting point about that is that all of the roles are played by women, often kind of made up to look like men too. So it's a kind of glamorous showbiz kind of production. So a lot of people are big fans of that. So I haven't had the chance to go there myself. I really want to go there one day. So yeah, please visit Hyogo Prefecture. Okay, and Nara Prefecture is kind of, doesn't have any coastline, but it's a nice rural prefecture. Nara City is the biggest city there, followed by Kashihara City and Ikoma City. I guess Nara is kind of, yeah, it's got quite a few mountains too, especially Ikoma has a big mountain there. But what you might be familiar with in Nara is the deer. So a lot of deer walking around Nara Park in Nara City. I think if you watch my video from about, when was that, June or July? You can see I'll walk around Nara City, you can see the deer just walking around freely. They're quite tame as well. Sometimes they get a bit too friendly and try to bite you, so be careful if you have food. Okay. Nara City has Todaiji Temple, which is another World Heritage place. I think it's one of the biggest wooden buildings in the world. I don't know if that's true. Please check that. But yeah, that's a very important building in Japanese culture. On the right there, you can see Kasuga Shrine as well, which is another famous shrine, quite close to Todaiji. So that's interesting to go inside. It's quite a small shrine, but it's very beautiful. Well, most of my things were Nara City, so I also recommended Yoshino. If you want to see cherry blossoms, then Yoshino has gorgeous forests of cherry blossoms. I think they even have their own type of cherry blossom called Yoshino Sakura. So yeah, definitely go there. But please check the timing, because different parts of Yoshino have like full bloom at different times. So the top of the mountain, the middle of the mountain, the base. So yeah, Nara is quite a nice place to visit for autumn, not autumn leaves, cherry blossoms. Yeah. So go to Nara. And I think this is my last one, Wakayama Prefecture in the south of Kansai. This is our southern neighbor for Osaka. Not a very big prefecture by population, but it's quite large and quite difficult to travel around as well. There's a lot of mountains in the way, and most of the highways and trains go around the edge. So it's a bit difficult to travel, but you can visit Wakayama City fairly easily. Tanabe City I've never heard of, and sorry, Tanabe people. And Hashimoto City, I've changed my train there once on the way to Koyasan, which is this big temple here. Well, Koyasan is the mountain with there's a lot of shrines on top of that. This is just one of them. That's a beautiful place to visit. Definitely visit Koyasan if you have a chance. It's kind of a one-day trip. It takes a while to get there. There's a cable car up, and there's I know it sounds a bit strange, but a really beautiful cemetery to walk through, a graveyard, and a gorgeous temple at the end of that walk too. So it's a really nice place to visit. And if you want, you can stay there in the temple, in a shrine. I'm not very good at shrines and temples, but you can stay there and kind of eat the monks' food. So it's kind of like an experience you can try there. Definitely go to Koyasan. There's a few other natural places there. You can see at the bottom Shirasaki. I think you probably need a car to get there, but it's these kind of weird white rocks near the ocean. It's kind of interesting. There's a diving center there too if you are into scuba diving, and some little camping chalets too, little camping houses. And another famous place is the big waterfall. This is Nachi Waterfalls. This is really far in the kind of southeast of Wakayama Prefecture, so please plan ahead if you want to go there. This is not the best picture. There are better pictures, but I didn't take very good pictures here, so you can do better than me. There's also a famous resort space called Shirahama. There's a big beach there that's very popular in summer. And also Adventure World, which has some pandas. So if you want to see panda, go to Adventure World. And I think there's a kind of onsen town there too. So Wakayama is kind of hidden secret of Kansai area. I think that's all of my slides. There we go. Yeah, that's the end. So thank you for listening. Let me just switch back to the ending form. So thank you very much for watching. See you. Hi, thank you for watching. That took a bit longer than I thought, so thanks for listening if you reached the end of this video. I hope that was fun. If you're interested in that kind of video, like where I'm just kind of explaining something, let me know if there's any topics you're interested in. I was really happy with all your questions that you submitted for my last video, so please keep going if you have any questions, just anytime. My ears are ready for it. I can think of a phrase to say. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment. Is there anywhere you'd like to visit in Kansai area? Please tell me, and please tell all your friends about this channel too. So until then, please take care, especially now. Corona is coming back, so please wear a mask and wash your hands, blah blah blah, you know what I mean. Stay safe, and see you next video. Thank you. See you. Bye.